Hello and surprise! Welcome to a Back to the Future DeLorean video. You weren't expecting one this week, but I realised that I had miscalculated in playing catch up, so I had one more video to put out there, and then next week I would have finally caught up after that spell where I didn't get any parts. So last week we looked at the door of the DeLorean, and this week we're going to be finishing off the door of the DeLorean. So it's a good surprise video, lots of stuff to do. So without further ado, let's get started. So here's where we left off last time. The door pretty much complete. We just need to do a couple more things to the door before we attach it to the main framework. And the first piece you'll need is this really weighty part that we get in issue 70. It's got these two little black tabs there, and of course you need to match up the markings to the top of the door here, so it just fits on there like that. Now where does this wire go? Okay, this wire goes through that hole there and comes out there. Okay, so there's a little hole there for the wire, you can see, and then everything else just lines up perfectly, and then you just screw this together. And when it's all done, it will look like this. And we used NM screws to attach this part together. Make sure that these black parts are out the way. I had this one facing inwards, which is why those two pegs weren't fitting comfortably. But now they are, and they are all in, looking rather spectacular, it has to be said. So then we move this door to one side, and we bring back the colossal framework of this DeLorean. And of course it's the left door we are doing, so it's the left door we're going to be focusing on. The next part you'll need is this hydraulic arm part. It does have some slight movement there, and you see there's a little kind of gap there. Ooh, just to slot it in, just there. So you just slot this circular part in this way, like that, and then you get this very thin metal part here. Just to secure it, there's a peg on one side, so you just pop it over the peg, and then you screw the other side down with one of these very tiny QM screws. And I have a feeling this is going to be quite fiddly because it is all very small. There we go. So that just goes on there like that, holding the hydraulic arm in place. There, like that. And then we bring back the door. Now the first thing you'll have to do on the door is get this pesky wire and feed it through that hole there, so it is out of the way. So I'm just going to do this. It does fit. There we go. You might want to take off this to label actually beforehand, or just bend it around so it goes in. Come on, let's fold it around through. There we go. Thread it through all the way, and then pull the door into place like that. And then we just open it up and make sure that those black parts that were causing so much trouble before are facing the right way. And then we turn this whole thing over. Oh, okay, this is fiddly. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to be able to get on camera, but you see that the black connecting parts here feed into two holes here. Hold on, you can't see that at all. Okay. Right, these black connecting parts here, there's a peg and a screw system going on with them. And you see there's a screw hole there and a just slight peg hole there. You need to push these parts in there to get them attached. So I am going to do this off camera, and when I've done that I'll show you what it all looks like. And here it is all done. So let me just flip this around so you can see. It's just attached there with two QM screws, and that means of course that the hingings are done and the door opens with a nice satisfying click when it opens, because obviously you got the light connectors and the door hinges there. So let's see if I can zoom out a bit more. I can. So it just opens up. Oh, nice click. Now it doesn't stay open at the moment, but this is where this door hinge comes in. So let's just zoom in here, and you'll see that you just need to get this hydraulic arm. What did I call it just then? Door hinge? No, it's a hydraulic arm. and there's a little connecting part there. Sorry, I can't really see on the camera, but a little connecting part there. There we go. Just move this up. And then this hydraulic arm obviously has this part here, which matches that part. So you just need to get a QM screw, the last of the QM screws, which are really tiny, and just push that up there and get that lined up there. Oh, this is going to be a little fiddly. So get that screw through there into that hole. There we go. And just screw it in there like that. There we go. It's starting to take now. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then we've got that hydraulic arm, which should hold up the door. It doesn't do a very good job of it, has to be said. Which is a shame. So you got that there. No, it doesn't. It doesn't stay open. Okay, so I just looked at the parts that were left, and we have this part left over. It's just a black piece of plastic, and it doesn't do anything. But if I just open this up here, it does fit very neatly under there. And one of those hinges has come loose, which is annoying. But if it does fit under there, and is that meant to keep the door open? That does make sense. I hope that's not the case. I really hope that that's not the case. I'm going to go away and look at that more, because the door should be able to stay open. Otherwise, how are you going to mess around with the interior? So I will look at that, and I'll show you next time what I discover. If any of you guys can help me out in the comments down below about how to keep this door open, that would be much appreciated. But just for now, I want to bring back this part, which we got back in issue 1, 2 or 3, really early on. Mine's a little dusty. And just push it on here, which is where it's going to go. And you see, we've got this part of the Delorean all coming together. Can't really see it if I zoom out even more. Oh, just falls apart. But yeah, this brushed metal work looks great. We've got a door that opens, even if it doesn't stay open, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, very, very, very nice. So make sure you keep this part safe, because we're not actually attaching it yet. And sorry for knocking the camera just there. And then we're going to move all of this framework out of the way, because we are going to start again. And when I say start again, I don't mean with the Delorean as a whole, obviously. I mean with the next door. We're doing the exact same thing again with the right-hand door now. Actually, do you know what? No, I'm not going to start this now. I'm going to wait till next week. And I'm going to do something different next week, or next video. I'm going to do a definitive door issue. I did it with the elevator car for Thunderbird 2, and that seemed to go down quite well. So next video is going to be the definitive door video. We're going to build the door from the start to the finish and connect it to the framework, so that if you're watching this and you don't like jumping around between videos, just watch next week's video for the definitive door issue. Okay, so to end this video, as you can see, I'm ending on this, which is the left hand golden door all attached. And next week will be the definitive door video, where we'll find out how to keep the door open, and we will build the right hand golden door. So I hope you'll join me for that. Until then, guys, take care. Bye bye. I just want to thank my patrons John Medney, Jay Felschenbauer, Tom Butcher, Jerry Wilson, Omar Khan, Gary Lewis, Simon Edwards, John Dunseith, Glenn Philo, Andrew Woods, Fabio Gugel, Simon Dunn, Rick Bardo, Thomas Parker, David Cunningham, Mark Frampton, Louis Pays, Terry Schwanditz, Donovan Asmawid Jaja, James Brown Jr., Jan Hendrik Volbeer, The Mitatonic University Podcast, Dave Westbury, Michael Chambers, Marcus Simon, Vince Steele, Savigny Barrett, Michael Ants, Mike and Flash. Without you guys, this video would not have been possible, so thank you very much.